Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and as you can see, this is going to be on the new Kershaw Echelon that I just picked up. Now, this was a knife that I had actually seen some footage of earlier this year at a SHOT Show, but I wasn't really looking forward to the knife in a sense that I really wanted to pick it up. I thought it was really nice and all that, but the one thing that I saw is that because it was a little bit different from the normal style that Kershaw has been putting out as of lately, I was worried that if I liked it too much because it was a prototype, it might run the risk of actually changing completely, especially because of the radical colors that they were using and stuff like that. So, I was very happy and surprised when I did come across it that they had kept it the same from when I saw it originally. Now, I picked this up a couple of weeks ago at a local gun show, and I started playing around with it, and I really liked it, so I went ahead and purchased it, and I've been carrying it ever since. Now, obviously, as you guys can see, one of the main features of the knife itself is this kind of translucent G10. Some people, will consider this jade G10. Now, the biggest misconception when people first see it, if you don't know about the knife, is that it's the moon glow or the glow-in-the-dark G10. Unfortunately, it's not. It's just your traditional jade or transparent or translucent G10. Now, what's cool about it is, obviously that you can see the mechanism underneath the actual handle of the knife itself. So that gives it a little bit more of a flare. Now, Kershaw calls this natural G10. I guess it's, no dyes or colors in it. This is what it would normally look like. Now, I don't know if you guys can make it out, but it does have some designs on the actual G10 there, kind of like these wave patterns. Same thing on the other side. So I think that gives it not just a little bit more grip, but a little bit of an extra look to the knife itself. Now, as I said, I have been carrying this for the past couple of weeks, and I've really enjoyed carrying it. It's very lightweight. It comes in 2.6 ounces, so it's a great EDC blade. I mean, it's got a really nice deep ride pocket clip on it. So you guys can see there is a little bit of wear on the pocket clip already, but obviously since it is black to kind of match the different hardware, you don't really see it too much. It's just been kind of scratching up, but none of the paint has actually been coming off, which is nice. Now, this is a speed assisted knife. So basically what I have found is, and let's see if this will focus. There we go. What I have found is, as opposed to other speed assisted knives where you would normally hold a knife and push it out this way, with this particular knife, what I've had to do is actually push the blade like I'm pushing it straight out the front, almost like an out the front knife. So if I try and push it this way, what will happen is the detent is a little strong. So I'll actually start manually opening the blade, and then the speed safe will kick in, but it won't pop the blade open all the way. So if I do push it out the front, it's when it works best. And just go like that, and as you guys can see, it engages and makes that blade fly out. Obviously, the design of the blade itself is very, very different also. That's kind of one of the things that attracted me the most to it. It almost looks like a bird's head, the head, and then this would be the eye on it. So obviously, as you guys can see, it's got the dual thumb studs here. So it makes it very easy to open left or right-handed because it is cut out in order to do that. Now, the blade steel is actually the Sandvik 14C28N. That's a steel that Kershaw uses a lot. It's held up pretty nicely. It came nice and sharp, and I haven't had to sharpen it since. And I've used it pretty much on a daily basis. Just your random task, opening up boxes, letters, things like that. So now the blade length is 3 1/4 inches. And then the overall length is 7 1/4 inches. So you get some pretty nice length on the blade itself for any EDC task that you might need. So you guys can see on the blade right there, 1880 stamped. Kershaw on the other side. But all in all, I think it's a great knife. Doesn't have any jimping, but again, this isn't it's not a heavy duty user. Like I said, this is more of an everyday simple task user knife. Obviously, it does have the pivot screw right there, which you can adjust, and it is a liner lock. Great lockup. There's definitely no blade play left, right, up or down or anything like that. It's also a flow-through design, so it makes it real easy to clean. And one thing I did notice is that there is no lanyard hole or dedicated hole for a lanyard on this particular knife. What it does have instead is this little pin in the back, and then I'm assuming that's where you would normally attach a lanyard to. So instead of doing it to the standoff pin here, you would do it to that one. Now you do get a pocket clip that you can position on the other side as well. So left or right tip carry, and then you do get a right side tip down carry as well. No left tip carry, obviously, because you got the pivot screw there. So, so you do get a couple options as far as carrying it. And like I said, it is a deep carry pocket clip, which I really do like, because basically it'll sit right up until here on the pocket, so you really see almost nothing. And the fact that it is that natural G10, it's not like a little black nub sticking out there, so it doesn't attract a lot of attention. So for the most part, it's a great little knife. By way of comparison, I do have my Spyderco Manix here. Now, obviously, the reason I brought this one out is because it's the one knife that I had that most closely resembled the color of the G10, the natural G10, but also because it's a knife that a lot of people know the size and stuff like that of. So as you guys can see, it's a little smaller. Here we go. Than the Manix as far as overall length, and then the blade length as well. So you guys can see the thickness of it. It is a pretty thin knife. So it definitely rides very nicely in the pocket. It does come to a nice little point on there. Not very sharp, but good enough to pierce, tape if you need to open a box or anything like that. So, like I said, it's a great little EDC knife. If you do pick it up, I know there is an option to disengage the speed safe. So if you want to make it a complete manual, you can go ahead and do that. But I think for the most part, I like the way that they did it on this. It does engage really nice. It flies nice, but it's not as quick as a lot of other blades that I've noticed. And I think that's just because the construction of the knife itself and the way that they position the thumb stud for you to open it. But it's quick enough, so if you need it, you can go ahead and open. But it's not going to attract a lot of attention like other speed safe devices will, especially the ones with the flipper that you see from Kershaw. So there it is. This is the Kershaw Echelon. So if you guys have a chance to pick it up, I definitely would recommend doing so. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.